And good afternoon in about 14 minutes. And welcome to the debut of NCAA Lacrosse on TSR. Today I'll be calling two games from the NCAA tournament. First one you're about to see will be between the Bryant Bulldogs and the Virginia Cavaliers. And then following after that, Vermont takes on Maryland. So for the Cavaliers, they're looking to defend their title after the year hiatus from the tournament due to the pandemic. So for Bryant, fifth appearance in the NCAA tournament, looking to get back to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2014. So, recap of scores from yesterday. As North Carolina defeated Monmouth 16-4. So the top seeded Tar Heels moving on. Rutgers defeated Lehigh 12-5 yesterday. Notre Dame defeated Drexel 10-8. Seems like Notre Dame struggles with those CAA teams in the first round. And Georgetown defeats Syracuse in an old Big East rivalry, 18-8. So now let me just take a look at the format now. So I know the winner of this game will take on Georgetown. So next weekend. So next weekend, North Carolina will take on Rutgers. Winner of this game will take on Georgetown. And then the winner of the next game, Maryland, Vermont, will take on Notre Dame. And why am I not surprised to see King Savage brought on here? Yeah, my resident Pittsburgh fan, as the Penguins take on the Islanders today. Caps won last night, 3-2 in overtime. That's a dandy. And then two games this evening and later tonight. Duke and High Point and Denver Loyola Maryland will make up the final semifinal matchup. So, got about 10 minutes to face off. Although right now they're showing the Big 12 Softball Championship on ESPNU. So for yesterday, big day for Chris Gray with 4 goals along with 2 assists. And 3 Tar Heels with 2 goals each. Jacob Kelly, Ryan O'Connell, and Nikki Solomon. All en route. 16-4 victory. Well, in Lehigh, it was hat tricks for Kieran Mullins, Adam Charlambides, and Connor Kirst, all leading to victory. Oh, yeah, of course you're going to say go Penguins. Yeah. Anyway, Notre Dame and Drexel. Let's see. Stuart. So Whedon Jacobois had a hat trick for Notre Dame. But Drexel, though, had a big day from Reed Bowering, 4 goals. But it was not enough. Yep, as Whedon Jacobois scored the go-ahead goal with 79 seconds left, and then Morris Meyer put the exclamation point on it. So Drexel made Notre Dame sweat it out, but in the end could not finish the job. And then Georgetown and Syracuse. Big games from Jake Carraway and Declan McDermott, both with 5 goals each, not exaggerating. And Dylan Hess had a 4-goal game. And that's what's going to be on tap for one of these two teams. Bryant returned to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2014, and just the second time in school history. Or does UVA's title defense live on? Also on today, the FCS title game. Yeah, and first one in 4 years not to feature North Dakota State. Oh, the FCS championship game, by the way, features South Dakota State. I think it's Sam Houston State. Yep, Sam Houston State. I was right. All right, so let's see if I can get a tail of the tape between these two teams. Player to watch for UVA, number 24, Peyton Cormier. That's 37 goals this season. Another one, number 5, Matt Moore, 25 goals this season. So they're two players to watch for Virginia. Yeah, update Twitch. I'll explain why I didn't get the notification. For Bryant, the player to watch, number 14, Bennett Abladian, 28 goals this season. Goalies for both sides. The ones who are likely going to be getting the go for today. Number 38, Alex Rode for Virginia. 159 saves this year. The save percentage of 54%. He's allowed 138 goals. For Bryant, Luke Caracillo. Saving 139 shots, with a save percentage of 54%. Yeah, a lot of people going with Virginia. According to Inside Lacrosse, 94% all in on the Who's title defense continuing today. Well, there's some who are thinking upset special. Oh, records coming in. UVA's at 10-4, Bryant 9-3. And the Oklahoma Sooners has just won the 2021 Big 12 softball tournament. So I guess congratulations to them. So we are closing in on the opening face-off. They're probably going to send it right over. Yeah, also getting underway on NBC, the Islanders taking on the Penguins in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, the first round. Probably get around to calling some games for that later. So Rutgers, the only unseeded team to win yesterday. Lehigh. Oh, nice behind the back goal that they just showed from Notre Dame. Bryant out of the Northeast Conference. Virginia out of the Atlantic Coast Conference. And the winner will play Georgetown this Saturday at Hampstead, New York. I believe where Hofstra is. So they'll be playing at Hofstra University. And the game I'm calling right afterwards, Maryland, Vermont. The winner of that game will play Notre Dame in South Bend. So even if Maryland wins, even though they'd be designated the home team, it's going to be a home game pretty much for Notre Dame. Jared Connors. There's going to be this spot shadow on him. Looks like he's the ground ball specialist. But has also been known to hit twine. So Jared Connors, number 28, going to be the guy to watch on defense for UVA. All right. All right, number 8 of Bryant, Jacob Alexander, and number 23, Petey LaSala, ready to take the face off. And we are underway in Charlottesville as it looks like ball for grabs. Bryant with it now. Passes cross field. And this is Emmett Kemmel with it. Passes to his left and bobbled by Logan McGovern. And running it to his right, it's Bennett Abeladum. Passes behind the net to McGovern. McGovern passes to his left. Go around the horn. And now with it, Mason Druin passes it to Trevor Weingarten. Passes it. McGovern with it. McGovern looking to attack. Looking, drops it back. Hey, Druin looking to attack. Has to pull up. Goes behind the net. Looking. Tries to shoot. Couldn't get a shot off. Passes. O'Rourke with it. O'Rourke. Looking. Passes. Druin passes. Throws it away. And UVA will take control. We passed in by Chris Merle. And UVA looking to take it up. And Dox Aitken with it. Aitken. Passes. And another pass. And passes over. This is Jeff Connor with it. Connor passes it to Schellenberger. Connor Schellenberger. Goes behind the net. Almost lost his balance. Tried to make an attack on goal. Looking, passes. Fires, shot, bounce high over the net. UVA will maintain possession of it. A bouncer that just went over the net. UVA with it now. Going to attack the net. And going behind it. This is Schellenberger. Shot! Score! And UVA draws first blood. Looked like he went top shelf. Guy's averaging close to 4 points a game this season, second amongst D1 freshmen. And he's the one who gets the who's on the board first. And face off. And a violation on UVA, so it will be Bryant with this. This is Alexander with it. Looking, trying to attack, passes to O'Rourke. Looking behind the net. McGovern with it to Bennett Abladian. And now with it, 28. That is Austin Kent passes. And it goes back to Kent. Kent looking to attack. Now goes behind the net. Trying to make a move. Passes. Another pass. This is Golds with it. Golds passes behind the net. Bobbled a little bit by Montgomery, but he'll get it back. Looking. Try to attack. Try to pass it. He will. Drive towards that. Pass, shot, save! Score! No, he got it in! I didn't see who shot that. I thought the goalie Adam Road made a stop, but it ended up behind the net. And it's Aiden Goltz who puts Bryant on the board, and we're tied at 1. Let's see what happened. And a great job by Aiden Goltz getting in position, and yeah, it did go in. It was low. That was why. But anyway, we're tied at 1 now. And here's the face-off. And kicked. Still up for grabs. Bryant with it. And this is Alexander with it. Driving. Pulls out, passes. Aaron pass. And fight for it. And it's UVA ball. So now Cole Castor passing it. And getting it over to Ann Laviano. Now a giveaway. Bryant tried it, but they couldn't come up with it. UVA with it now. Driving, pass, shot, scores! And UVA answers right back. On a 3-on-1. After Bryant could not come away with the ground ball. And it was number 5, Matt Moore. Guy I talked about at the top of the show who gets the goal. And gives UVA the 2-1 advantage. And face off. Taken by UVA's Petey LaSala. LaSala driving. And it's the scores! Even with a group of defenders on him, LaSala puts it in the back of the net. It's 3-1 UVA. Driving off the face-off had 2 or 3 Bryant defenders on him, and he still was able to get a shot off. Great face-off win. Okay, it was 2 guys on him, and he was still able to get a shot off. And 11:02 to go in the first. UVA with a 3-1 lead. As LaSalle back in the face-off dot. And UVA, oh no! Bryant comes away with it now. And going around the horn now. O'Rourke with it. Drops it back. Passing along, this is Ryan Dubrinsky with it. Passes to Timmy Hackett. Hackett with it. Going to try to drive around in the net. Driving, shot, and turned away. Alex Road turning it. And he passes it up. And Aaron pass. UVA saves it. As Moore's with it now. They'll slow it down, try to look for some help. Passes along to Peter Garno. And now looking. Now it's going to start to attack. Has to pull back. Now he's going to start to attack. Passes it over. This is Moore. Moore shot. And Caracelio got a piece of it. Bryant trying to get it out. And they will. As this is Mason Balch with it. Looking. Passes along to Dobrinsky. Passes. Shot wide. Bryant will keep possession of it. 9:03 to go in the first. O'Rourke with it. Going to try to drive and attack. Shot! And it gets away. Bryant will keep possession as they were able to get to the ball first. And whoever's closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds gets possession. And this is Wayne Garden with it. And now is Abledian with it now. Or Bryant passes. Druin with it. Passes to O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking to attack. It's behind the net. Come along the goalie's left side. Now passes. Cross. It's dropped by McGovern, but he was able to recover it. Passes. And pass back to McGovern. McGovern looking. Passes. Bryant looking to go around the horn. Passes back. This is McGovern with it. Shot and right into the netting of Rhodes Stick. And they're going to try to move it up. As this is John Fox with it. Not to be confused with the former Panthers coach. Gives it to Dox Aitken. Looking to attack. Trotting along. Looking. Now going behind the net. Looking. Passes back. More shot. Oh! Looked like it was partially blocked. Who's getting it? And it's Bryant's possession as they were able to get to the sideline first. And they're going to move it on up. As this is Jack Horan with it. And he lost it. But it is still Bryant's possession as McGovern will take it. Passes it to Buonito with it. To Austin Kent. Passes. And the pass back to Kent. Kent looking to attack. He passes it back. Buonito with it. Passes it back. This is McGovern. McGovern looking for some help. Drops it way back. Yep, Kent with it, passes. O'Rourke with it now. Looking to try to... And drops it back. To Goltz. Goltz drops it back. Or passes, excuse me. I can't see who has it. Trying to drive. Behind the net to McGovern. McGovern passes. Try to drive to the net. Drops it back. Kent passes. McGovern shot. No go. And UVA takes it on the ground ball. This is Cade Sosterd. Passes to Grayson Salide. Shot right into the netting of Carasilio's goal stick. Driving it now is Bryant. This is Zach Coffey. Drops it back. And it's now Sam Goforth with it. Goforth. Dropped it back to Ryan Dobrinsky as he's now trotting behind the net. With 4:41 to go in the opening quarter. Passes. Abladrian with it. Oh, shot just goes wide of the net. It's Abladian, excuse me, not Abladrians. Sorry. As McGovern's with it now. McGovern. Bounce shot. It went off road and taken by UVA. As Fox comes away with it. Fox driving. Pass. Pass. And it ball got away. And Bryant able to get it out. And driving now with it. Bryant pulling up. Shot. Score! Sam Goforth! And Bryant trims the deficit to 1. Third goal of this season in just his 10th game. And it was a nice assist from Jake Fisk, who was driving, and nice 2-on-1. And then the move by Goforth. 4:24 to go in the first. It's Cavaliers 3, Bulldogs 2. Back in Charlottesville with the Bryant Bulldogs with a goal to cut the deficit to 3-2. Sam Goforth. It's just UVA right now on their title defense. They're showing the tournament run from 2019. Players. So it will be LaSala and Alexanderson to take the face off. And say goodbye, Alexander. No, face-off violation. Oh, yeah, it will still be on Bryant as it was on Virginia, the violations. O'Rourke with it now. Drops it back. Abladian with it. Passes to Kevin Groninger. Dropped it back to Drouin. Drouin passes. McGovern with it. I'll make that O'Rourke. O'Rourke tried to drive, had to drop it back. Passes back to O'Rourke. To do something with it. O'Rourke tried to get a shot off and it looked like it got away. And Aaron pass and UVA comes away with it. As this is Grayson Salade. Looking, passes it over to Charlie Bertrand. Passes to Schellenberger with it. Schellenberger looking to try to attack. It's behind the net. Passes. Going around the horn. And this is Ian Laviano with it. Passes. And shot. And Caracelio got a piece of it. And Bryant coming away with it. To take it upfield. And now it gets away. UVA coming away with a Schellenberger. Lost it. They fight for it. Bryant gets it. Driving. Drops it back to McGovern. Shot. Scores! Logan McGovern has tied this game up. With 2:03 to go in the first. It was first the drive by John Miller and then the drop back. And he bounced one. As Logan McGovern, 4.2 points a game this season as a freshman, second in the Northeast. As the face-off. They fight for it. Taken by Alexander. Alexander driving, getting away. Shot right into the netting of Rhodes Stick. And UVA coming away with it as this is Jeff Connor with it. Connor. In the outfield, drops it back to Moore. Passes. This is Aiken with it. Passing it over to Peyton Cormier. Guy I talked about at the top of the show. Who's driving, drops it back. Or no, now he drops it back. Aitken with it now. Connor with it. Passes to Cormier. Passes. And one getting away. And UVA able to keep it. Trying to stay in bounds. He will. Aiken. Shot high. And it will stay with UVA. As Moore will take it behind the net. Coming up on 1 minute to play in the opening quarter. Moore passes to Cormier. Drops it back. It looked like it was deflected by a Bryant player. UVA still up for grabs. UVA with it. As Aitken with it. Looking, drives, shot. And Caracelio turns it away. Bouncer and UVA takes it right back on the ground ball. Schellenberger passes. Shot, score! And UVA takes the lead right back. I didn't quite catch who scored that one. And it was Laviano with it as UVA takes the lead late in the first 25 seconds to go. A careless pass by Caracelio. It was Schellenberger, dished it to him, and he went low. Looked like it went off the left foot. And face-off won by Alexander. As Bryant's going to try to make one last push before the quarter ends. Abledian with it. To O'Rourke. Shot, hit a player. 2-1, and that will do it. And the first quarter comes to an end. Quite a battle brewing here in Charlottesville. After one, it's Virginia 4, Bryant 3. Ready to start second quarter here in Charlottesville. Is Bryant coming to play today? They're holding their own, but they're down 4-3 right now. Goals in the first quarter by Bryant, by McGovern, Goforth, and Goltz. For Virginia, goals by Schellenberger, Laviano, Moore, and LaSala. Ready to take the face-off now. Now taking face-offs for Virginia, number 40, Gable Braun, and it is taken by UVA, and it's Braun with it now. Drops it back. Saleh passes. Cormier passes. This is Connors, and overshot it. So Schellenberger will take it behind the net. Looking. Trying to move. Passes. Connor drops it back. Now looking to attack. as that is Jack Simmons with it. Now passes to Jeff Connor. And Schellenberger now with it, driving, drops it back, looking. Passes along to Matt Moore. Passes. This is Connor with it. And gives it back to Moore. Drops it back. Oh, it bobbled, but UVA able to get it back. And, Bryant with it now. Cameraman didn't even know Bryant had the possession of the ball. McGovern's long range. O'Rourke at point blank was turned away by Rode. And UVA takes it the other way. As Connors passes it to Schellenberger's shot. And it's Bryant's ball. As Carcillo, errant pass. And they're going to fight for a ground ball. Went out of bounds. And it will remain with Bryant. This is Weingarten with it. Gives it to Druin. Passes it back to Druin. To O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking to attack. Screen set up, but O'Rourke going. Shot. Looked like it hit the crossbar. And it will remain with Bryant. Like O'Rourke hit one right off the pipe, and this time not called a goal. Sorry, Maryland. All right, with it. This is Weingarten. Looking to attack the net. Shot. Oh, no go. McGovern there for Bryant. Abladian passes. This is Druin with it. Druin looking. Passes. And a shot. Oh, just wide. But Bryant will keep it. 48 seconds to go on the shot clock. This is his Druin with it. Look at pass. O'Rourke shot. Wide. But it will stay with Bryant. 2 shots by Bryant. Just going wide to right. Trigger warning for people in Buffalo. So back, this is Weingarten. Weingarten driving. Has to go behind the net. Passes. This is O'Rourke. O'Rourke driving. 5 shot. Road able to keep it out. And UVA going to take it. Cade Sauce passes the road. Over to Salade. Passes. Taken up by Fox. Gets it over to Dixon. Xander Dixon. Passes it over back to Fox. I'll make that Charlie Bertrand. Excuse me. Bertrand with it. Going behind the net, looking to attack. And drops it back. Schellenberger shot, scores! Schellenberger with the second of the day. And UVA now makes it 5-3. Seventh multi-goal game this season for Schellenberger. It looked like he beat a 5-hole. Face off taken by Alexander of Bryant. Pass it. That long range shot, and Road able to keep it out. And UVA with it now. Saustard passes. Chris Merle passes. Peyton Cormier with it now. Cormier looking for some help. Cormier drops it back. Passes over to Connor. And he trots behind the net. As Ryan Ramirez defends. Connor drops it back. Going around the horn. This is Moore with a slip, able to get up. Moore, drive, shot, no, just wide. And it is still UVA ball. Matt Moore with it now behind the net. 15 to go on the shot clock. Passes over. This is Connor's. And a shot was blocked, and Bryant comes away with it. Get past midfield. And aired pass got away from Jake Fisk, and UVA will take it right back. As Fisk had a nice drive, but an aired pass. That's now Aitken with it. And the drive, Aitken. And oh, he falls, but a flag flies. And UVA will have a man advantage here. Passes over to Matt Moore. And Xander Dixon passing it. To Schellenberger. Schellenberger looking for help. Drops it back. Long range shot. Score! It looked like it was Matt Moore with it. And it's now 6-3 Hoos. Schellenberger. Yep, the nice pass. And yes, it was Matt Moore. Looked like he caught Bryant's defense napping. And his second goal of the day, 5th player in school history with 100 and 100. 100 goals, 100 assists. For the senior, as this is Alexander winning the faceoff for Bryant. McGovern dropped it back. Weingarten had to pick it up. Passes along. This is Zach Coffey dropping it back. That goes to Jake Boyanto. Over to Austin Kent. Passes along to Aiden Goltz. Back to Kent. With 7:50 to go in the second quarter. Kent passes. Yep, going behind the net. This is McGovern. McGovern looking. And shot, score! He caught Road trying to play defense. And he took advantage of it as Bryant now cuts the deficit to 6-4. McGovern's 7th multi-goal game of the season. As his second one trims the deficit to 6-4. He caught Alex Road out of the net, and he took advantage of it. 7:31 to go in the first half. UVA 6, Bryant 4. Halfway through the second, UVA pulling out to a 6-4 lead. The last goal scored by McGovern for Bryant. Schellenberger and Moore both with 2 goals each. UVA McGovern with 2 goals for Bryant. Face off, new guy for UVA taking the face off. Oh no, excuse me, that is still Braun. I thought that was a 47, not 40. And a flag. I didn't see who it was. Oh, it looked like they were going to get Braun. So, 30-second power play for Bryant. Or, excuse me, man advantage. McGovern passes. Now taken. This is McGovern. Drops it back. Pass, shot, scores! Wide guard on the man advantage. And Bryant has trimmed the deficit to 6-5 now. And a great setup by Kevin Groninger. Three goals in the NEC championship game against St. Joseph's. And he tallies one here to trim the deficit to 6-5. And face-off taken by UVA. Braun passes. Look at shot. Hit off the leg of Caracelio. And Bryant comes away with it. And now yard sale, and Schellenberger takes it back. Oh no, he will not. Bryant will get possession on it. Looked like I don't know what happened there. That's Bryant now going back and forth. Pass. This is McGovern with it. I apologize for the noise in the background. I don't know what's going on here. This is now Timmy Hackett with it. Hackett trying to drive. Getting through, looking for some help. Drops it back. Now Rourke with it. Driving, trying to get through. Lost his helmet. And I imagine there's going to be a stoppage of play for that. A flag is thrown. And a holding. And oh my goodness. Had his head taken off almost. So 30 seconds for Bryant, see if they can get another one on a man advantage. I didn't see who got the penalty though. And this is McGovern with it. And drops it back. Going around the horn now. And ball loose. Wide guard with it. Could not put it in. And now full strength. It was Collegy for UVA who got the penalty, as Bryant could not take advantage of it. A long range shot. Scores! And they have now tied it 6. It's Groninger. So now 3 unanswered goals for Bryant ties this game up. O'Rourke was looking. And a crossfield pass. And beats Rhodey to the right. And for Groninger, a goal in 5 straight games. And UVA with the face-off win. This is Laviano with it now. Little dish to Peter Garno. Garno dropped it back. Laviano passes. Another pass. Now it's Dixon. Tried to his left, go behind the net. Looking. Trying to attack. And a long drop back. As Garno passes. Another pass. Drops it back. Long range shot. Score! Garno gives the Cavs the lead right back. And his 5th goal in the last 3 games gives UVA the lead at 7-6. Was set up from the assist by Bertrand. Oh, excuse me, make that Schellenberger. And he bounced it. Boom. .416 to go in the second. And drop back. And it'll be Braun who will get the face-off for UVA. The Schellenberger. Schellenberger, 2 goals, 3 assists today. As we come up on 4 minutes to play in the first half. Drops it back. Aiken with it back to Aiken. He's looking to attack. Charges, passes. Laviano with it. Laviano passes. This is Cormier. Cormier looking for some help. Cormier shot and right into the netting of Carasino's stick. And they move it up. Roman with it now. Well, Roman. With more defending. Passes. Another pass. This is Logan McGovern with it. We come up on 3 minutes to play in the first half. He drops it back to Kent. Kent with it now. Driving. Has to pull up. Looking for help. Crossfield pass to O'Rourke. Shot and just wide. McGovern back there for Bryant to keep possession. As he comes up on it. Drops it back. Long range shot too high. Bryant will keep possession though. About 2.5 to play here in the first half. As 6. This is Bryant with it. Now attacking, longer shot wide. That was, I think, Keaton Jones. Now make that Kent. The long-range shot and a timeout called by Bryant. We'll step aside. 2:16 to go in the half. It's Cavaliers 7, Bulldogs 6. Itchy eyes. Still in the timeout here. And now Bryant with it. And passing along. With it now is Goltz. Goltz passes, slipping. We get back up now over to Gruninger. Gruninger falls, but gets the pass off to McGovern. McGovern looking, trying to attack. Passes. Goltz trying, now drops it back. And a shot, and it went off Rhodey's stick. Up for grabs, and UVA with it. And a man down as Goltz drops it back to McGovern. It looks like everything's okay. Play goes on. About 70 seconds to play. So there's about a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. So Bryant can contest for the last shot if they want to. Granger passes over to Goltz. There's now 35 seconds to go in the first half. Goltz trying. Now he's going to move over. Looking to attack. Pass. And he gets knocked down. Ball loose. UVA comes away with it. A flag comes in. And UVA is going to be shorthanded here. With 18 seconds to go in the first half. And it was a cross check. Looked like it was number 11. That is Sosterd. So Bryant will end the first half with a man advantage as they will utilize a timeout here. Waiting to see if it's the 30-second or minute variety. And 2 men up, so it's a 30-second. As Jared Connors also got a penalty. So Bryant will be up 2 men. So Connors gets the cross check. And then Sosterd the pushing penalty. So great chance for Bryant to try to tie it up before the half. As McGovern will take it for Bryant. 15 seconds to go. He's looking. He's looking. And now passes. This is Goltz with it. And it's deflected. UVA is going to come away with it. And they will go into the half ahead 7-6. They will still be down 2 men to start the second half, but as it was deflected by Ben Weyer and taken away by Jake Gillier, and that's how the first half will end. Halfway home in Charlottesville, it's Cavaliers 7, Bulldogs 6. All right, we're at halftime in Charlottesville with the Cavaliers leading the Bulldogs 7-6. That's goals in the first half for UVA. 2 by Connor Schellenberger and Matt Moore, while Ian Leviano and Peter Garno, Peter LaSalle have 1. For Bryant, the goal scorers. 2 by Logan McGovern, 1 by Kevin Groninger, excuse me. Sam Gofford and Aiden Goltz and Trevor Weingarten, all with goals in the first half. Road had 11 saves for UVA. Karen Casilio, 5 saves for Bryant. Meanwhile, on the ice in Pittsburgh, King Savage Bros Penguins and Islanders tied at 1 after 1 period. Kyle Palmieri opened the scoring for the Islanders. Penguins, it was Frederick Renaud. Tied up just a little over 3 minutes later. Lacrosse is the first of 4 games to be played today. Coming up after this game, Vermont will take on Maryland. I will be calling that game here. That's at 2:30. After that, 5 o'clock, High Point takes on Duke. And the evening will conclude with Loyola Maryland taking on Denver. But I will not be calling High Point Duke and Loyola Denver. I will be calling MLB tonight as the Cardinals take on the Padres. And first pitch will be at 7:08 here with TSR. Beauty about calling Sunday Night Baseball is when I've done it, you can anticipate a good game, so don't want to miss it. About ready to start the third quarter here in Charlottesville. But it will be Bryant who will start off the second half with a two-man advantage following the penalty late in the first half to Connors and Sausage. And considering that about 94% of people picked UVA to win this game, Bryant is holding up pretty well. They got to make that play that pulls them away from the pack if they want to pull the upset. They got to make that big play that will give them that momentum. Connor Schellenberger, one of the two UVA players to shine in the first half. 2 goals. He also has 3 assists to his name. The other, including an assist to one of the other 2 goal scorers, Matt Moore. For Bryant to Logan McGovern, 2 goals to his name. And we're ready to start second half. UVA with it now. This is Jeff Connors. He's going to try to run out the man advantage, which he will. The ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with UVA. Who's with it now? It's Aiken with it. Passes it over to Connor. Connor trying to go behind it as penalties have expired. Now looking to attack, drops it back. Passing it around. Moore with it now. Looking, runs it back. Trying to get some help. Now he's going to attack the net. Pass. Shot. Scores! Cormier! The guy I talked about on the top of the show gets on the board. And it's now 8-6 Cavaliers. Looked like Moore had a nice setup there. And Cormier got behind the defense and put it in the back of the net. And his 50th career goal, 38th this season. And the face-off. They're fighting for it. And blown down, and it will go to Bryant as Virginia went back to LaSalle for the face-off. Meanwhile, Emmett Kemmel with it now for Bryant. Dumps it back to Weingarten. Passes it over. And then back to Weingarten. Passes it over to Goltz. Goltz going to try to attack. Goltz couldn't get a clean shot, so he has to pass it. And here's Greninger. Shot, hit the side, rebound. Scored! Avlanian on the rebound, and Bryant makes it 8-7 UVA. Rhodey, I think, stopped the initial shot, as that is his 16th goal in the last 5 games for the NEC Rookie of the Year. Let's see what happened. So Groninger's shot was initially stopped, I think. Hit the side of Rode. And then he tried to make the diving stop, ended up getting fooled. And face-off won by UVA. Salad passes. Driving shot. Oh! Looked like it might have been stopped. And Bryant gets it back. I don't know if it hit the helmet of the goalie or the stick, but either way, Bryant's coming away with it. Driving it past midfield. That was Ryan Baker and back to McGovern. Drops it back. Austin Kent with it now. Now back to Kent. Looking. Going to try a drive. Drops it back. Passes. Shot. Rhodey got a piece of it. And taken by UVA. Sawstad passes. Taken up by Kyle Collegy. Collegy passes. Sawstad passes it again. This is Garno. Garno met up by a herd of Bulldogs. But prevails nevertheless. Around looking for help. He finds it. Dixon. And Dixon trying to move. Passes. Intercepted. And Bryant will take it out. As Fisk passes. McGovern passes it. Dropped it. Bryant able to get it back. McGovern with it. As he's looking. Drops it back. This is Goforth with it now. Back to McGovern. Looking. Trying to attack. Couldn't get the screen set up. Drops it back. Goforth has to pass it. And attacking the net. Drops it back behind the goal. Avlidian with it. Looking. Shot. Oh, behind the net. And off target. And a late flag came in. And we'll see what this is all about. And Bryant may yet again have another man advantage. No, this time it's Virginia with the man advantage. And Cavaliers with it now. Set up in front. They couldn't get it cleanly. As Caracillo gets it out for Bryant. And Bryant with it. Driving shot wide. As O'Rourke could not hit the target. And the man advantage up for UVA. Graininger. Running around, looking for some help. Drops back to Weingarten. It's over to Goltz. Back to Weingarten. from Weingarten. Trying to drive. He has to pass it. Abledian with it. Drops it back to Weingarten. Weingarten looking. Drops it back. And it got away. And UVA will take it. This is Matt Moore. Moore. Driving. Oh! Looked like he was trying to aim for the highways. It went high and wide. They maintained possession. Or he shot and Aracilio takes it. And Bryant now on the attack. McGovern. Passes. Shot. Score! Zach Coffey and we're tied! UVA punches and Bryant counterpunches as the first team All-Northeast Conference star ties this baby up. Great job by Caracilia first. And then 29, Keaton Jones took it up there. And let's see who set up. It was McGovern passing it over to Coffey. And beat him left side. And the Bryant Bulldogs giving the reigning champs a run for their money. And Bryant will win the face-off. Alexander passes. It's like O'Rourke. Gives it over to Abledian. Passes. This is Austin Kent with it now. Running around, drops it back. Boyento. Back to Kent. Passes. McGovern. Looking to try to attack. Waits behind the net. We'll see if he can catch Rhodey out of position again. They couldn't find anybody. Drops it back behind the net to O'Rourke. Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the third. O'Rourke. Shot. Score! Mark O'Rourke gives Bryant the lead for the first time today. 3 unanswered goals by Bryant. Now they hold a 9-8 advantage. Missed his first 8 games due to myocarditis. His first game was just 3 weeks ago. But you wouldn't have known that. Right there, top shelf. Let's see if UVA counterpunches Bryant's counterpunch. Yep. Former hockey player. And the face-off is taken by UVA. This is Connors. Connors! Bouncer goes wide! They fight, and UVA will maintain possession. Cormier can try to attack. UVA for the first time today down. So let's see how they respond from playing from behind. Garno passes. Dicks back to Garno. Garno looking to attack. Passes. Moore. Moore with it now. Looking. Going to try to attack. And now let's go behind the net looking for some help. And he falls. And Bryant calls it a ground ball. But a flag flies. They might get Coffey for this one. as a swarm of Bulldogs was all over. So it looks like a pair of 1-minute penalties. Or is it offsetting penalties, which means even strength? Because so Bryant with possession. This is Weingarten. To McGovern. McGovern with it now. Passes. As Goltz with it. Goltz running around looking for some help. Passes it. Weingarten with it. Weingarten falls. Gets back up. And now passes. Another pass. This is Goltz with it. Goltz driving. Has to pass it. McGovern. Abladian. Drops it back. To O'Rourke. Giving them the lead with the last goal. Shot high and wide, but it will stay with Bryant. With 5:50 to go in the third period. McGovern with it. And he falls, but gets back up. Looking. Shot score! Hat trick for Logan McGovern! And Bryant has now made it 10-8. Oh my goodness! 20th goal of the year for McGovern. His third today. Puts Bryant up by 2. No quitting these Bulldogs. Just under 6 minutes to play. It's Bryant 10, Virginia 8. Four unanswered goals for the Bryant Bulldogs has put them up 10-8. So a little clarification for what happened. There was offsetting penalties. The penalty on Zach Coffey was slashing 1 minute. And then Xander Dixon for unsportsmanlike conduct. And then the goal by Logan McGovern, his third of the game. The Bryant Bulldogs right now have the defending champs. Man, by 2. I can't quite say on the ropes yet. There's still plenty of game to be played, but they're putting up a great fight here. And face-off taken by UVA. SLA with it. It's Mike Pressler's 15th season at Bryant, the 5th tournament appearance. As I said on top of the show, looking to get to the quarterfinals for just the 2nd time in school history, the 1st since 2014. This is Aitken with it, going behind the net. Tried it, and he lost it, but gets it back. Passes. Another pass. This is Matt Moore with it. Moore passes to Schellenberger. Schellenberger passes. This is Jeff Connor with it. Connor going around the net, drops it back. As Aiken could not hold on to it, but he was able to recover it. Schellenberger looking for some help. The shot, and it goes high and wide, and it's Bryant's ball. Ryan Baker able to stretch out for it. And now taken up by Brody Rule. Lost it, but he gets it back. Has to make a pass. And UVA will take it. Connor with it. Passes. Moore. Over to Jared Connors. Back to Moore. Dropping it back. Jeff Connor with it. Has to retreat. Passes to Aiken. And Aiken passes to Connor to Moore. Moore tries a shot and is taken away by Carasillo. And able to get it out. Oh, look out! As Moore tried to take out Will Roman, but he's able to prevail and gets it into UVA territory. To McGovern. And over to O'Rourke. Back to McGovern. Gets it over. And another pass to Timmy Hackett. Bryant on a 4-0 scoring run since UVA started the second half with the scoring. It's really outscored them this half 4-1. As McGovern to Hackett. And Hackett gives it away. But a good save there by Fisk as Abladian with it. Drops it back. McGovern, Hackett. Over to Buoyanto. Pass, and it got away. It was deflected. And it will stay with Bryant. As Austin Kent looking to drive, trying to stay on his feet. And a shot clock violation. 2:08 to play here in the third. Road passes. Saustad gets it upfield to Garno. And for Virginia, 22 days since the last loss they've had. That was to Syracuse back on April 24th. Bertrand with it now for UVA. Looking, drops it back. Now they're looking to go around the horn. This is Matt Moore with it. Into the corner. Behind the net. Pass back. Long range shot. Score! And it's now 10-9 Bryant. I didn't get who scored the goal. And it looks like Garneau was the one who got it. And Moore with the pass to Garneau. Went upstairs where all the junk is. 7th multi-goal game this season for Garneau. His 20th of this. And it's now a 10-9 advantage as Alexander gets it for Bryant, or had it. But Bryant maintains possession. McGovern with it. Gets it over to Abledian. Back to McGovern. Weingarten, as we have a minute to play here in the third, and it looks like they're going to contest for the final shot. Bolts with it now. Looking. They're trying to take as much clock as they can off before they try to contest for the last shot. "20 seconds to go. Now it's going to start making a move for the net. 10 seconds. Drops it back to Weingarten. Weingarten drops it back. And it got away. And they're going to say it's still Bryant ball with 6 seconds left. O'Rourke drive. They lost it. And UVA survives the end of the third. O'Rourke driving, but he lost the ball as he was about to shoot it. And we have 45 minutes in the books. Buckle up. We're ready for a rocky fourth quarter here. Bryant 10, Virginia 9. We got a great fourth quarter ready to start here. As the defending champs down by 1. Bryant went on a 4-0 run to take a 10-8 lead in the third before Barno is able to trim the deficit to 1. As Bryant looking to get back to the quarterfinals for the first time in 7 years. The UVA doesn't want their title dreams defense to end. And ball up for grabs. Still up for grabs, Bryant. Yeah, it's still up for grabs. Eventually, UVA coming away with it. And going across midfield. This is Laviano with it now. Over to Schellenberger. Looking to it. Now pulls back. Passes. Aiken with it. I'll make that Matt Moore. Over to Jeff Connor. No, that was Aiken. I'm sorry. To Jeff Connor. Connor behind the net. Looking for some help. Connor. Running around looking. Now passes. This is Schellenberger. And he slips, but he's able to get back up. He lost it! And it's taken by Fisk. Fisk driving, passes. And drop back. Bryant with it now. Yep, McGovern. Gets it over the Graninger. Granger looking, passes to McGovern. Behind the net, looking to attack. Looking, passes. Granger over to Goltz. Goltz trying. Passes. Weingarten shot blocked. Road able to get it out. This is Connors. Passes. Another pass shot. Off the iron! And they don't call this one a goal. Bryant with it now instead. O'Rourke with it. Yeah, sorry if I'm triggering any Maryland fans with that flashback. McGovern with it. Yep. Taken by Kent, and he lost it. And it's taken by UVA. Cakes. Shot scored! Grayson Solid, and we're tied at 10. It started with Saustad with the ground ball. And Saled driving in there. And sorry, I have to report this guy. And face off taken by Bryant. This is Alexander. And he's driving in. Still on his feet. Passes. This is O'Rourke. Driving to the net. It's going into a shot high and wide. McGovern passes. And a shot and blocked by Roden. And intercepted! Bryant lost it, but they get it back. Wiato with it. Shot hit the side, and it will stay with Bryant. As I apologize for the whole delay. I have someone in here trying to buy followers and viewers, and I do not tolerate that stuff. And the ball's still up for grabs. UVA coming away with it. And this is Chris Merrill with it. And passing along the horn, this is Moore. Passes. Dixon with it. Dixon. Getting around, pass. A shot, scores! And the Cavaliers take the lead right back. So they are counter-punching Bryant's 4-0 run with a 3-0 run, and that's Laviano again. 34th career multi-goal game. Well, started with Chris Merrill getting the ground ball behind the Bryant net. Behind their own net. And Laviano, just as he was getting knocked onto his butt, he ended up putting it in the back of the net. Bryant with it now. See how they respond after losing the lead. And UVA now coming away with it. This is Salade. That's a lot. Salade. Looking. Matt Moore with it. Drops it back. Schellenberger drops it back. Going around the horn. Shot goes wide. But it will stay with UVA. Schellenberger to Moore. Laviano back to Moore. Drops it back. Aiken shot, and it's turned away. But it will stay with UVA. Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the game. Matt Moore passes it back. Aiken back to Moore. Passes to Laviano. Drops it back to Moore. To Aiken. And deflected. Fisk trying to fight Aiken for it. Ground ball. Taken by Virginia. Jeff Connor with it. To Aiken. To Moore. Behind the net to Schellenberger. Pass shot high and wide by Aiken. 34 to go on the shot clock. Matt Moore with it. Drops it back. Shot. Score! Cormier! Second of the day. And the Cavs now lead it 12-10. And it's been this type of game. A punch and then a counter punch and then a counter punch and another counter punch. I mean, I feel like I'm calling a boxing match here. Cavaliers answer Bryant's 4-0 run with a 4-0 run of their own. Halfway home in the fourth. UVA 12. Bryant 10. .709 to go in the game, and UVA holding a 2-goal lead. But as we have seen today, no lead has been saved, especially when you go on lengthy scoring runs. Governed 3 goals and assists for Bryant. Schellenberger and Moore, 2 goals aside and 3 assists aside. As Virginia recently on that 4-0 run. As it will be Braun and Alexander with a false start. So UVA will come away with it. Salade passes to Laviano. Almost lost his footing there. Passes along to Dixon. Dixon looking, running behind the net. Looking for some help. And he lost it. They're going to fight for it. Fight for it. Yard sale. Moore got his stick back, and eventually it'll be Bryant who will get possession. And Bryant moving it upfield. McGovern with it now to Weingarten. Now taken by Goltz. O'Rourke with it now. Behind the net, looking for some help. Passes. Goltz, and he lost it. That's still a live ball. They're going to fight for it. Wide guard comes away with it for Bryant. To O'Rourke. Passes. Crosses his Goltz. Goltz trying. Shot. Hit the side of the net. And UVA will come away with it. Coming up on 5.5 to play. This is Jared Connors. Passes. Cormier. Cormier looking for some help. Tries to shovel it to Aiken. Could not. Live ball. Still loose. Bryant coming away with it. This is Abladian with it. Looking to drive. Gonna try. Shot high and wide. Will stay with Bryant. Just under 5 minutes to play in the game. McGovern with it now. Come out, drive. Drops it back. Gonna go around the horn. O'Rourke with it. O'Rourke moving, going around the net. And don't know if it was deflected wide or it was just an errant pass. Bryant still with it. 46 to go on the shot clock. 4.5 to play in the game. Wianto with it. Shot, and Rhodey turns it aside. And an overshot. And UVA will come away with it. Chris Merrill passed it to Laviano. And Laviano slipped. He lost it. Able to get it back. Laviano with the defender on him. And stoppage of play. And timeout for the Hoos. Less than 4 minutes to go in the game. Virginia 12, Bryant 10. Win today for UVA, and they'll be back in the quarterfinals for the 33rd time in school history. And they'll keep their title defense alive. Bryant will be back in the quarterfinal for just the second time in team history. 2014 the last time. Bryant had a 10-8 lead late in the third. UVA counterpunched their 4-0 run with a 4-0 run of their own. And that's where we are right now, 12-10. UVA with possession of it. This is Schellenberger. Passes. That's Jeff Connor. Behind the net. If you're UVA, I think you just try to churn up as much clock as you can before taking a shot. This is Schellenberger. Looking passes. Moore now. Cross field. Garneau. Garneau passes. This is Connor behind the net. Pass out in front, shot! Off the punch, rebound, scores! Bertrand with his first of the game! The first shot went off the crossbar. Bertrand right there to put it in the open net. It's now 13-10. UVA. And the two-time D2 national champion at Merrimack College might have iced it for UVA with 3:18 to go. And face-off. Ground ball taken by UVA, but it's given away. Bryant now with it. As John Miller passes it to McGovern, who's now on a 5-0 run. As they've been on an 18-minute scoring drought. Weingart shot, score! Weingart says one scoring drought. And Bryant trims the deficit to 2 with just under 2:45 to play. As Weingart fifth goal in the last 2 games after only having 9 coming into this game. 11th of the season. Let's go with that. And just as I was talking about Bryant's scoring drought, Weingart puts a bouncer in. Who knows? Bryant gets another face-off. Bertrand may not have iced it. And ground ball taken by UVA. Connors passed it. Now taking it upfield is Kalkology. Drops it back to Connor. And now UVA going to try to kill the clock. Connor with it now. Passes. The Salade. Back to Connor. 2 minutes to play. Connor gets away. Passes. Slade with it. Running around. Looking. And looking. As UVA now 90 seconds away with a showdown with Georgetown on Saturday. Passes. Jared Connors with it now. And they'll just heave it up there. And shot clock violation with 74 seconds left. So Bryant has got to hurry with it now. Is Brody Rule. Lost it! UVA coming. And a whistle, not quite. UVA was about ready to ice it, but the refs say no. So Bryant maintains possession. Graininger passes to make that O'Rourke. And looks like Bryant will take a timeout with 53 seconds left. So score report in Pittsburgh. It's the Penguins 2, Islanders 1. King Savage Brown must be loving that. .53 seconds remain. And for UVA looking to make it 33 trips to the quarterfinals. And keep their title defense hopes alive as they will face Georgetown next weekend. The Bryant goal was by Chad Besquena, as he made it 13-11. .53 seconds to go. So it will be Graininger with it. 50 seconds to play. They got to make a push. Weingarten. Shot blocked by Rode. UVA with it now. If they can get it out, they should be able to ice it. Gets it over to Connor. Jared Connors weaves through. And it looks like UVA's title defense will stay alive another week. And 20 seconds now. Lavaliano with it. As the final 10, trying to make a shot, the open hit the side. Bryant has it, but it's not going to matter too much. 3, 2, 1, and the Who's can tack it on. They're moving on to the quarterfinals. As UVA just tacked it on in the national tournament for the 53rd time, fourth most all time. Your final here in Charlottesville, Virginia, 13, Bryant 11. Stick around. Game 2 of the doubleheader coming up between Vermont and Maryland right after this.